Prepare for a fusion of knowledge and exhilaration where education and excitement collide.
Taking you on an adventure that expands your mind and speaks to your spirit.
I'm Master Nick.
I'm Lady D.
We are the Dom Life.
This podcast contains sexually explicit topics and adult content.
It is intended for listeners 18 and older.
The opinions expressed in this podcast are ours alone, based on our personal thoughts, feelings, and experiences.
We understand that others may have different opinions and experiences, and we respect that. We would love to hear from you. You can reach out to us at www.thedomlife.com. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We are so happy to be here. We're happy you're here with us as well.
Definitely good to be here.
Yes, definitely good to be here. So we had a pretty busy weekend a couple weeks ago.
Yes, we did. It was just last weekend.
Well, yeah.
Time sure does fly. It was last weekend.
Last weekend it was.
Kinktasia 2025.
Yep. And we are here to give you the full breakdown in case you wasn't there, and to give you our opinion on what we thought, how well it went,
yes,
compared to year before.
Yep.
But before we get into that,
quick update. In case you can't tell, I have a new piece of hardware. If you're not watching, if you're just listening, I have a wrist brace now to add to my collection. They found another fracture because I've been complaining for the last few
since it happened.
Ever since it happened, I've been complaining about my hand, but other things were a priority.
Yep.
My insurance rejected an MRI, and it progressively just got worse and worse. And finally, I just went to urgent care. I could not hold a pen to write, and I went to urgent care, and they found a fracture in my ulna right at my wrist. That's healing, but it shows that there's trauma. And as a result, they were able to give me a referral to a hand specialist.
Yep.
So that appointment, Thanksgiving is right in the middle of all this. So that appointment is in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
So I've got my knee brace and my matching wrist brace, all the other stuff. I'm in physical therapy now. So that's starting the healing process. I can get up and down some stairs. I can get up and down all stairs, but it's way harder than it sounds.
Yeah, if it's 2 or 3 steps, you do okay.
Yeah.
If it's more than 3 steps, we're going to be there a while.
Yeah, so I am healing. My body is coming back together little by little. I was talking to somebody, and I said, I just wonder, is it age related? Like why am I bouncing back so slow? But again, I had 17 fractures.
It's a lot of trauma.
It's a lot of trauma. So there's where I am at. I'm walking around. There is no walker in my life unless I am out and about where things are uneven.
Yep.
So that's a good thing. I don't have to use it in my house anymore. I'm able to do all the things.
Definitely showing signs of improvement. But again, any trips out, most places are not as flat, as smooth, and as level as our floors here are in the house.
Yes.
So getting you out, getting you on unlevel surfaces, or getting you where there's bumps, cracks, holes, divots, any of that, it really struggle with that.
Plus there's a distance. So I did go to Kinktasia. I did get to attend the first night of the event. I then made a choice that the second night was not an option.
Correct.
The first night I was there, I ended up leaving in tears. So if you saw me, I'm sorry. Just because my body just reacts the way it does, and after a couple of hours, and I mean not even that long, even in a comfortable chair that can recline back a little bit,
right,
I just don't do well. So we are getting there slowly. I want it to be faster, but I did get to attend, and I did get to meet some really nice people. So I can't, at least I didn't lose out on that opportunity.
Right. You did get a couple hours there. So that helped. All right. So you mentioned it, and it just now dawned on me. This is the last episode before Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So before we get into the Kinktasia breakdown, for those of you listening, we want to wish all of you all happy Thanksgiving. We hope you enjoy your time off from work, enjoy your time with your family, enjoy your time at kink events, whatever it is you want to do for Thanksgiving. We hope you enjoy it. Have a safe holiday weekend.
Yes, be safe.
And, for those of us that are off work, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to that.
Yeah. It came quick for me.
Oh, yeah.
I lose months at a time, it seems like.
Right.
So all of a sudden,
Yeah,
here we are. It's Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Please enjoy your friends and family.
Absolutely.
Remember that each day is a gift and you're not guaranteed tomorrow. So enjoy it.
Exactly.
Even if it's fighting and that's what you enjoy, do that with your family.
Just keep it away from me. I don't want no part of that. All right. Let's talk about Kinktasia 2025. Now, we did get some kind of upsetting news to us prior to
The
Kinktasia
event
starting. We know her pretty well because she has been on our podcast
twice.
at least twice. We met her last year at Kinktasia, got her on our podcast. You will remember just here recently, she was talking about Kinktasia 2025 and we had on her, which was Shannon, aka Sparkle Moonbeam. She did resign from Kinktasia prior to the event.
And Ellen K.
And Ellen K. She was
the executive director and founding member.
Yep. She was talking to us the week before Kinktasia. I know she had, some health issues that she was going to get taken care of. So she was thinking about doing a leave of absence, but not sure what happened, not sure where everything went. It's honestly none of our business what happened.
Right.
But she did release a statement. That statement is out there on FetLife if you want to check it out. LNK, the board members of LNK have also released their statements. We have read both statements.
Right.
We agree with both sides.
And everybody's been very respectful and not like attacking each other. They appreciate and respect one another. They've just decided to part ways because it just wasn't working. There were some issues amongst themselves, which they have been very, I said, respectful about. But for us, it was pretty sad because she had been on our podcast multiple times. And for us, a lot of what we knew about Kinktasia came direct from her. Right.
So we hated to hear that. We wish both of them nothing but success and well wishes in the future for whichever direction they choose to go. So this podcast we're going to reflect on the Kinktasia 2025 Friday night and Saturday night events that they had.
Master Nick is going to be doing a lot of the talking in this episode.
Yeah, I was there for both. Lady D, you was there for a couple hours of one. So we did set up as a vendor, which was great. I really enjoyed it.
We had a great location too.
And we had prime real estate.
I just want you to know that I was playing the princess that day. I went over by a friend's house in the local area and waited there because I have a limited mobility. Yep. So I didn't have to bring in any of the equipment. I didn't have to bring in any of the boxes, the tables, the chairs.
You did no setup. You did no takedown. You did
nothing.
You did none of that. Yep. I dropped you off.
I was a princess. I just came in. I talked to the people. And I left.
We should have rolled the red carpet out for you.
I need that next time, Master Nick. Why don't I have a red? I want a red carpet.
All right,
Ta-da.
Well, maybe Christmas. But yes, so we did. I dropped you off. I then started getting everything packed in, get everything set up.
Shout out to Steve and Krista.
Shout out to Steve and Krista. We have talked about them numerous times on this show. From Club Tempted, they wanted to go to Kinktasia this year because we talked so much about it, how great it was. So some of the people that were there came because of us. But yes, as I was setting everything up, I realized there was two very important pieces of components to the sound equipment that I was missing. I did not have enough time for me to stop setting up, come back home, pick it up. Didn't know if I was going to have to come get you or if our friend could get you to the car to get you there. So I still had all that in the back of my mind. So, I texted Steve and was like, hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Yep.
Can you do me a favor? I think I said, can I pay you for a favor? And he was like, no, you can't pay me, but yes, I'll do the favor. So they came to my house, came in, found the parts I was needing, brought it to me, plenty of time.
And in addition, then I made them leave again because Krista drove me home when I couldn't stay
Krista
there any
was the one that
longer.
said she would drive you home.
She did.
So Steve and Krista, I mean, I know we've said it to you many times.
Thank you.
We've said it on the podcast. We've said it in person. We've said it through text messages. You guys rock. You are awesome. We greatly appreciate everything you all have done for us and continue to do for us. Not only great supporters of our show, of our product, of what we do, but really great friends on top of all that. So
100%. I just couldn't imagine.
They swooped in and saved the day.
They saved the day.
So
Master Nick was out there organizing, putting it all together. He literally put the piece away.
Yep. Had everything except those two things.
So thankfully, though, we were in a wonderful location. So once we got there, the setup, the location was where people are going to walk by you.
Yep.
So that was really nice.
It was.
You had gotten a really nice chair for me. And so I got to sit in, like an office type chair where I could get a little recline.
Yeah, but it wasn't comfortable enough for you.
No, it wasn't. And that's just, part of it was talking to people. You lean forward, you're actively involved in a conversation, and then I would stand up because they're not sitting. Right. And so it was a little bit too much up and down, but that's fine.
So I did briefly walk through the vendor booths.
I did not.
I did. So this was mostly it was prior to the event actually opening.
Okay.
Once I got everything set up, I got there at like 2:30, got everything set up, went and changed clothes. And then came back, and then Steve and Krista had brought me my piece. So they had opened the doors for the early bird tickets. Not a lot of people were coming in yet. So I did briefly walk around. There was several vendors. There was a lot of BDSM equipment and implements. There was food, there was candy, there was dildos, there was a lot of stuff.
Sharp pointed things. Just going to say it again because they were there.
They were there, and they're the only ones that I'm going to call out because I feel that I have permission to call out. We recently learned that apparently there was a vendor name that was mentioned that maybe we wasn't supposed to mention.
We have a hard time.
So
on the podcast, we tend to, if it's public events and please, you have to buy a ticket, but it's marketed, advertised, then we typically say the vendor names. Yep. In regards to performances, we ask, not disclosing people's names, we can talk about the performance, but if we're disclosing names, we speak with the performers. When it comes to vendors, you would think that they would want their product known and out there and as a vendor. So neither here nor there, we just want to...
Yep. Yeah, sharp point of things was there. Got to meet Rope Tiger Daddy. I actually talked to him a little bit briefly, a little bit more than I have in the past. Told him, love his product. I didn't buy anything from him this year because I really wanted to withhold from just exploding with the desire to buy everything in sight. So I did very, very well.
Well, and then once I showed up, you weren't leaving my side.
Yeah, I wasn't leaving anyway.
We just have one of those things where it's like, if we had more time.
Yeah, but I did have great restraint because there was a lot of shit that I seen that I wanted to buy, but I chose not to. I did buy one flogger.
At the very end of the night.
At the very end of the night.
Because we don't have enough floggers. No, I mean, we have lots. No floggers.
I've never seen one like this, so I wanted it. All right. So yes. So then the doors opened to the general public, not the early birds. More people started coming in. I do got to say, I was a little disappointed that we didn't get as many people to stop by our booth as I was hoping for. We did get somewhere between 7 and 9, I think, that stopped, and wanted to talk, wanted to be on air. Just for those that are listening, if you was one of them that stopped, we do plan to drop these midweek. I will have all of that edited. It will not be an actual episode for podcast. It will be just the interviews that we done at Kinktasia
together.
But we will drop that midweek, probably coming up this week. We'll be dropping it Wednesday, Thursday night sometime. So if you was on there, prepare yourself. It's going to hit the air midweek this week.
There was, yeah.
But yeah, again, I'm happy. I was thrilled for the ones that did stop. They really seemed to enjoy it. We seemed to learn a little bit more about the community that was there. But there was a lot of people that walked by that I was wanting them to come up and talk, and they chose not to, which is fine. But I was a little disappointed. I was hoping to get more people there than what actually stopped.
I am gonna dive into something right now that I think that part of the reason for that.
I already know where you're going, and I agree with it.
Okay, so this event was a lot different than the last event. And
yes,
they had amazing performances. We got to see burlesque performances from some very top names within the industry.
Yes.
There were people that run whole schools on this that were actual entertainment for the night. It was amazing. And our location allowed us to see the whole stage.
Yep.
So we were able to see that. But as a result, we're also in the area where there is a lot of noise because the music was turned up loud for basically the night. I don't know when it ended because I left early, but from the minute I walked in up through all the performances until I left, it was very loud.
And they dimmed the lights.
And they put the lights very low in that area. The back area had lights on, full lighting from what I saw through the door. I never went to the back again. I was limiting my movement because we had said we were going to be there. We committed in order to do our podcast there. I didn't want to waste what energy and ability I had walking around. It just wasn't, I was there because I committed to an engagement. But because it was so loud, it was hard for people to come up and talk to anyone.
Yes.
So it was amazing that they did these performances. It was different from 2024. 2024, there were 2 set times for burlesque.
In a total different area.
Where it was a performance based 30 minutes, 40 minutes, however long it was.
Yep.
And in addition to that, what they had on stage was rope performers, but they were kind of like, if I'm recalling, mind you, we're going back over a year and a few months, they were 15, 20-minute performances on stage. There were 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, there were several. No, there was more than 3 or 4 performances of rope last year. It continued with several performances, several different performers. But the good thing about that was they
had the lights.
They had the lights turned up higher in the main room. They had the music playing, but it wasn't drowning out conversations.
And they had 2 rows of chairs. So you had
chairs
a couple,
but
it wasn't. A lot of the vendors were in the same room.
Yes, all the vendors were in that room.
All the vendors and the carnival.
The carnival, the vendors, everything was in the main area. The only reason to go back to the back room, that is where the burlesque performances was.
And they did 2 performances at 2 set times.
So now this year, and again, not taking anything away from Kinktasia 2025, the performances that were done were phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Loved every performance. It was a great show. Glad I got to see what I did get to see. I was distracted from the few people that did stop by.
Right. We did interviews in the middle of that.
This was the carnival. It was a carnival. A carnival is in the title of Kinktasia 2025. I did not see a carnival.
Right.
I seen some vendors set up in the main area with the lights turned down. They had to bring around special lights to light up the stuff people were trying to vend.
Right.
Trying to sell. The music was cranked, obviously, for a performance. You want the music cranked. That's what you want. I get it. But There was one intermission that lasted 15 or 20 minutes. The whole center of this area was chairs. They wanted people to sit and watch the performances, which made people not want to get up and interact. Last year for Kinktasia, there was just a pattern. There was like a road pattern.
Yes.
Every time anytime you look, there was mobs of people walking through, playing games, looking at vendors. This year, when there was a performance going on, there was no traffic.
No traffic. And it made it difficult for the vendors too,
Yes.
And here's the thing. They were amazing performances.
Absolutely.
I am not saying by any stretch of the imaginations that you wouldn't want to go and wouldn't want to see it. But they were all performances, burlesque style performances. I think there were a couple of rope performances. Well, we know there was because it was Subtext Sadie, who we're going to have on a future podcast, who we've seen in other performances. So there was a rope performance, and she did one where she did the acrobatics
with the
again.
acrobatic and chains. Holy fuck, that was flat out amazing.
I don't know how she does it. She comes up with some pretty creative.
Man, at first I was disappointed because there wasn't ropes, and I was like, what is she going to do with these chains hanging there? But holy fuck,
and
what
it was
a performance.
So high that it actually made it feel more like you're teetering on the edge because the rig was so tall.
And again, the way her body moves, the way she performs, the way she pauses just long enough for that audience to really go kind of thing. Amazing.
I feel really bad as our podcast last year, we did a lot of discussion about the performances, but this year, because we were a vendor and people began walking up while the performances were on.
We missed a lot of performances.
We missed a lot of them. So we can't even talk with any type. And we got to peek at it, but you're just watching for a couple of seconds until somebody walks up and we start talking with them again.
Yep. But and again, maybe that's how they had it planned. Maybe it isn't. I don't think all the vendors came that they originally advertised. So I don't know if there was some kind of effect, was there an emergency came up? I mean, obviously sometimes life happens, but I did notice that there was some vendors that wasn't there.
That had originally been billed as being in attendance.
But all in all, from a vendor perspective, the event went well.
The event went well.
There was no hiccups. There was no hitches. There was no, malfunctions of anything that was noticeable.
And the staff there was so great.
Oh yeah,
they were in there. They were around. They came up to you. Asked,
I don't know
is there anything
how
you need?
many different ones stopped and just, are you good? Do you need anything? So I mean, that to me is top notch. The way the staff was, when I first got there, when I checked in. They're like, do you need any help bringing anything in? Nope. I just show me where I'm going. I've got a cart. I can get it all loaded up. I'm good, but offering help.
Right.
And just constantly checking in. And I know it wasn't just me because I could see a few other vendors there in the same room and they would do the same for them. They would go get them lights if they needed lights or something.
Right.
So yeah, the staff was great.
The thing is that I think some of the vendors, I overheard that they were just unhappy that they couldn't see anything. The vendors that were in the back room, you're not getting as much foot traffic. Kind of once you've gone through it, you've gone through it.
Right.
While before, any time you walked around to go play a game or to go to the stage, the vendors were in your face. So you're like, oh, I didn't see that last time I walked by.
Right.
And I think it caused just a different feel to the event. Plus, there were nooks and crannies where we found stuff later back in the corner, or it was just.
And again, I mean, all in all, it was a good event.
It was a good event.
From our perspective.
And we're talking about just day one right here. There's also a day two.
Yeah, well, day two this year was definitely better. We'll get into that here in a minute. But day two was definitely better this year because they didn't have day two last year.
Right.
But
something's better than nothing.
Right. So, but from our perspective, in rating Kinktasia 2024 and Kinktasia 2025, I think, to me personally, my opinion, strictly my opinion, I think 2024 was better due to the fact of the schedule of events. They had the games more spread out. the games wasn't in one area. So you had to walk from game to game, and by walking from game to game, you walked by the vendors.
By some vendors,
There
yes.
was a lot more foot traffic last year.
Yes.
The performances, I think, were better this year, but it was a performance-driven event in my eyes.
Yep.
And I know that I can firmly stand here and say, not just our perspective. We've had people to reach out to us.
Yes.
That has said the same thing. They were a little disappointed that, they felt bad. They didn't want to walk around and interrupt somebody trying to watch the performance. So therefore they decided they would just stand against the wall somewhere and what, so there was some feedback that we got. I know there's people from L&K that listens to our podcast. Let's see how they take this constructive criticism from us.
Right.
And apply it to next year. What are we going to do different for next year?
Again, if you had billed this as Kinktasia 2025, a burlesque and performance-based event, but you said it was a carnival. It was billed as a carnival, not you said, but it was billed as a carnival. This is what we expected.
Right.
And there were games, and they printed out these cool coins, which, yay, I have one thanks to some friends. These cool coins that you use to pay to do the games, like last year with the rubber ducky.
Right.
But I didn't get to see any of the games. Not that I walked around, but I didn't even hear about it. I didn't hear last year. Everybody was talking about the ducks. Everybody, because it was bright and light and you could see and talk to people, the whole event was different in my head.
Right.
This year was not as interactive.
Yep.
That's what I think they lost.
The interactiveness.
Interactiveness of the event.
Yep.
But in its place were some performances that I couldn't pay to see elsewhere.
Right.
That's what you traded.
And let's talk about, it just came to mind, the Brat Pack. The Brat Packs this year were 10 times better than last year.
They were, there was
a lot of good stuff in the Brat Pack grab bags this year. We was Brat Packs last year.
And then there was a sponsor pack. There was different levels of it.
Right, but we got Brat Pack last year.
And this year has better.
This year some of our friends had the Brat Pack, and we was looking like, holy shit.
I think they might have been up at the next level.
I think so.
But what they had was Love Leather and Lace donated a whole bunch of stuff in relation to, and they had stuff that I was a little bit jealous of.
Yeah,
I was a little bit jealous.
There was definitely some good stuff in there. But yes, also after you left, they did do more performances.
What? I didn't leave.
We got to talk about Sir Dancealot and Erratic Eros performance.
Absolutely.
Because we've had them on our podcast. We've talked to them about last year's performance. We got to know them, and they dropped little Easter eggs about this year's performance. So we do have to talk about their performance.
And I want to start by saying that we all know that I wanted to be there.
Yep.
Because I interviewed and we had them on the podcast.
Yep.
And the pain just got to the point where I had to leave before their performance.
Yep.
Thankfully, they provided me a video of it. So I got to see it. I would have been devastated to miss another big milestone of things when that's been my life for the last couple of months. So yay. Right. Thank goodness I got to see it. It was pretty freaking awesome. But you got to see it live.
I got to see it live. And I also had to go back and watch the video again. I don't know dance. I don't know burlesque. I don't know what these moves are called. So I was like, but to see Sir Dancealot pick up Erratic Eros like he did, I'm going, holy fuck, they have totally switched roles here, because last year it was Erratic Eros doing all the picking and the lifting and this year it was Sir Dancealot, and I thought that is fucking cool as hell how they swapped like places right there to do that. But
so what was the title again? It was
Vampire
and Fae.
Vampire and Fae, or Fae and Foe.
The Vampire and the Fae and something like that. I don't. But it was a vampire and a fae.
Yeah.
That was the So when they did their back and forth, Sir Dancealot with his little chompers there bit on the neck.
Yep, of Erratic.
Yeah. And then you had mentioned it before I got the video about how they were on a chair holding their hands and leaning back off of each of the sides. Yep. And being able to see that live on a video was...
Yeah, I mean, that was really cool. And when Sir Dancealot was upside down in Erratic Eros' lap, and then Erratic took Sir Dancealot's pants off.
Do you know how much core strength it takes to pop yourself up?
I do know. I don't have enough core strength to do that. Right. So I don't know how much core strength it takes, but I do know it takes more than what I fucking got. So,
well, you don't even have the flexibility to try it.
We're not even going to talk about that.
But it was amazing that they were able to do this performance, do the acrobatic activities that are involved in it. And they definitely amped up from last year. I saw a lot more. We know Sir Dancealot does a lot of these classes for health benefits and for his physical body, to keep movement available. And one of the things that I love watching is the way that they move their bodies. So there's also this whole moving and swaying your hips during the burlesque performances. It's like a strip tease. It's this whole genre where it's a little bit dramatic and a little bit... Right. And I just really enjoyed watching them do.
It was a great show.
I was so thankful they had a video of it. Yeah. And I didn't send thank you to them, but I'm telling you now, thank you. I needed that in my life. Yeah. Needed to see it.
It was great in person. I mean, the crowd absolutely loved it. I think they got probably the biggest clap and the cheer and throughout the whole performance. Others, done good. Everybody done great. The crowd was interactive with them, but when they came on stage, it was like the crowd really amped themselves up. Like they turned the volume up on themselves when they come out there. Cause it was a great performance. Sir Dancealot, Erratic Eros, awesome job. You done really good playing off each other. Some of the moves that they've done,
oh, they did the Magic Mike one.
Yeah, just unimaginable for me to do that. I mean, I would say if I went to the classes like they do and done all, I could do it. I'm just saying I don't have the energy to go to all these classes and do that, but it was amazing to see that in person. I really enjoyed watching the video that they sent you.
The strength and
the strength, the endurance,
agility,
the way that they can do that.
It was
phenomenal.
And I so appreciate being able to see it because I couldn't survive. I couldn't last. Yep. So,
and then I do got to talk about one more performance, just for the what the fuck moment.
Okay.
That everybody had for this.
I did not see this one.
You did not see this one. This was the last performance of the night.
Okay.
And
I was
holy fuck. Everybody in the crowd was cringing and saying, oh, it was all right. So Eve Wright.
Please follow, like, and share our podcast.
Make sure to visit thedomlife.com where you can find pictures and other details about the Dom Life podcast. And through the Contact Us button, you can ask questions or provide recommendations for future episodes.
We want to explore your kink too.
Be sure to check out upcoming events to see where our adventures are taking us and our photo gallery to where we've been.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you had fun listening and learning with us.
Till next time, keep calm and remember your safe word.
Red, red, red.